Good morning everyone, and welcome to Saturday's live stroll with Azra. Oh my goodness, put my teeth in. Now, as you can see from the title, we've come to Royston. Now this is where I used to live up until 11 years ago. I lived here with Mum and Dad for, it was only sort of 3 or 4 years actually, and then moved in with Julia to a flat in Royston before we moved up to Melbourne where we currently are. But I thought it'd be nice just to come out, do a bit of a live stroll somewhere else this morning. Also help to stretch my leg out. My leg is absolutely killing me at the minute. I think I've got some sort of thigh strain or something, but it is absolutely killing me. So I've left it a little bit later to come out this morning. What is it now? 6:10. We've got light without having to create light, as you might have seen during the week. Come on, leave the cat alone, come on. So yeah, we are sort of in King James Way at the minute. This is sort of the road that comes from the A10 and it sort of feeds round in a circle. So it's one way in, one way out essentially. We are currently heading towards Butcher's Walk, which will take us, if we did continue in a direction, it would take us to the train station. Now we're probably not going to go that way today. We're going to come out sort of nearer the High Street end, which you'll see in a bit. Very historic town, Royston. Old market town. But I'll show you some bits and pieces as we go around. So stick with it because we're in sort of the residential sort of areas at the minute. But we will come out in a bit, and the reason I'm doing it this way is just to extend the walk a little bit, so you sort of see a little bit more of the town. Azra chasing every cat she can find this morning. Don't get this in the village where we are, do we? Don't know whether there aren't that many cats or whether she just doesn't see them, but they're certainly out this morning. She couldn't believe it when I got her into the car this morning. She was so surprised. I think she gets so used to the routine. Good morning to everyone leaving messages. Hi to everyone. Thanks for joining. If you are new to the channel, do make sure you like and subscribe. I know I say this a lot. We are 14 away from the first milestone of 500 subscribers on the channel, which is just mind-blowing for me, really. Azra, this way, come on. It's just mind-blowing for me, really, and to think that we're even near such a target. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, this channel is a hobby. Thank you for the like. This channel is a like. This channel is a hobby for me. I'm out with Azra anyway, so right, you just need to bear with, guys. I think we've got a dog coming the other way, so it might be a bit noisy to start with. No, he's going away from us, so that's quite handy. But we're going to catch him up, I think. Anyway, yeah, I'm out with Azra anyway, so it's nice just to sort of alternate the walks where we go. And it's nice to bring you guys with me as well. So, as I say, let's try and get a little bit closer to that first magic milestone of 500 subscribers. I reckon definitely by the time we go to Euro Disney, if we keep going how we are, we'll definitely be at the 500 subscribers. I like to think way before that. We're coming up to mid-September, aren't we, next week? And we go to Euro Disney in October. So as I say, I'd like to be there way before that with your support. Annoyingly, he is probably going the same way we are, which is a real pain. So, Azra, we'll just slow our pace a little bit. I don't know if you've been with me before, guys, when we've seen a dog, but she gets very excited, overly excited, and it comes across as sometimes a bit overzealous, shall we say. When considering she lives with another dog, who's a lot older, to be fair, you didn't think she'd be like it, but she is. Right, so if you are ever coming to Royston, coming from that direction, that way there is towards the train station, to the end of the left, and that'll take you towards the train station. But we're going this way today. We are currently in Royston, which is in Hertfordshire. It's approximately 25 to 30 miles north of London. Gives you a sort of idea geographically, sort of smack bang between, or nearer to Cambridge and London, but if you look on a map, between London and Cambridge is where we are this morning. And I can assure you, the light that's coming out on the phone is far better than what it is to the naked eye, so I'm so pleased, because as you might know, if you've joined me before, you will know that I've been really struggling with the light this week, and I've had to get some bright LEDs on my belt, as well as right, we're going to cross over and hopefully we can lose that guy with the other dog. So I just want to show you this placard very quickly, guys, because we're talking about history. Just look at this. This was the old police station. There we go. Right. So we'll carry on this side for a bit. If I see any of these little placards, there's another one over there. So we'll cross over, because some of these I've not looked at before. And I just hope this little breeze that we've got this morning isn't completely ruining the live. It certainly did in Great Yarmouth last weekend. We've got another one over there which we'll go and have a look at in a minute. What we got here? The King's Paradise. Hopefully you can see that. Right, let's cross over, Azra. Let's go and have a look at this other one. Come on. Good, this is like musical chairs this morning, isn't it? Good exercise for me and the dog. What have we got here? And this is what I say about a historic town, because there is loads of history here in Royston. So if you are ever passing, do stop off and just have a walk around, because you will see lots of bits and pieces. Got the cave in Royston as well. That is the museum. Now I don't know if that is actually open again now. It wasn't. Looks like it is now actually. So I guess it must be open again. I'm sort of just keeping my eye out if I can see any other of these little historical placards. I'm sure they're about. What have we got here? So this is Kneesworth Street we're now in, and I'm just going to show you a quick map of the village. Oh, there's another one of these placards here. Come here, Azra. Probably the most important one. There we go. Right, let's just show you this placard here, Azra. And then we'll go the other way round. So yeah, you've got the Royston heritage there. You can pause that whenever you want to, if you want to have a read of it. Alright, okay, onwards. Now this does get a little bit narrow along here, so I'm hoping we don't see any cars. Because Azra, because of her history, does not like cars. Okay. So we are now heading up towards, if you like, where the high street is. Now I'll show you, back in the day, when Julie and I were looking at places to move to from sort of the parental home, and there were some flats here on the right hand side that we actually looked at, which I'll show you how close they were to the town. And I think this is what put us off. This red building here, these flats, and yeah, it just put us off being so close with the pub turning out and stuff like that. It wasn't for us. There's another one of those black. Azra, come here, because there's a car going to come around that corner. No, it's over there. It's fine, right? Come on, let's cross. There's another one on the pub over there. Getting our steps in this morning, aren't we? Let's have a look what it says. Thank you for the like. Do appreciate it. Do make sure you are liking and subscribing. It really does mean a lot to the channel. Here we go. Also on that for a moment. But these little placards are honestly everywhere along this little section. Not so much once you get into the town, I don't think. I've never noticed them. But we'll have a look as we go round. So here you've got the jolly post. It's taken on different forms even since we've been in the village or town over the last sort of 20 years. We've got sort of these placards again, the old post office. Hopefully you can read that. Come on, you go. In front here, you've got the Royston rock. Again, that's been moved around plenty of times since we've lived here. And then we now move into the high street, where you got sort of different shops, sort of florists, restaurants, barbers, nail bars, some jewellers as well. You know, there used to be probably a bit more variety here when we first moved here. But over time, the sort of the British High Street has just been the typical vape shop. Has obviously just been decimated. There was a Woolworths here. Further up, you can't even see the see where it was now because come on, Azra, keep going. Obviously, other smaller shops have sort of gone into the space where it was. Come on, Azra. Do bear in mind, guys, that obviously we are quite early in the morning, so if there is rubbish about, which there was a little bit back there, they haven't been out yet. Yeah. That's towards Market Square down there. We will go down there in a minute. So these have always been here, the post office, the pharmacy, but where you've got the charity shop, the optician there and a little cafe, that is where Woolworths used to be. So for St James's House, this whole facade, you can see the dark, used to be Woolworths. So it gives you some sort of idea. It was a big one, to be fair. But as I say, over time, other things have happened, haven't they? Forgot to put my watch on, so this has told me, set yourself up for a walk. So we have. All right. Now we will carry on up the hill. I was going to do a left into Angel Pavement here, but I think we'll just carry on up so I can show you the south end of the town. Azra is with us. She's just sniffing everything this morning. Come on. Here she is. Here she is. Come on. So this is a view sort of back down the high street. Here you've got the old Bull Inn now. We haven't eaten in there for a while, but it's very nice. I was thinking about going in there for breakfast at some stage, but I think you have to book. So I have to think about that. Pavement, Azra. Left hand side here you've got the Checkers, which is a new Thai restaurant, I understand. Again, that's taken on multiple different forms. And a little bit of history. That is where Julie and I had our joint hen and stag do in the UK for the local people that couldn't come on the respective international tours. But yeah, at one point Royston had the most pubs anywhere. And this India Lounge in front used to be the Boar's Head. Again, long since gone. Next to it you've got the Green Man, that is still open and functioning. So we've got the market on in Royston today. It is a bit early, as I say, sort of for people to be here. So you're not seeing it necessarily in all its glory. You've got the traditional fruit and vegetable and meat man there already. Others will come. By the time I get here in an hour and a half with Mum, it'll be quite busy, I think. Come on, Azra. So we're now going back down the hill, down towards the second of the two sort of little town squares. So I'll show you that, and then we'll go into the park where the church is. So you're seeing, apart from the train station, you're seeing all the main bits of the town this morning. On this little stroll. And just to let you know, guys, my leg is absolutely killing me still. I don't know if it's coming out on the phone that I'm almost limping around, but I am. God knows what I've done. It's some sort of thigh strain, I think. But it's absolutely killing me. I thought coming out... No. Good girl. I thought coming out would help to sort of stretch it out a little bit, but anything but. Oh my goodness me. So that is where we were, up there, the high street up there. And you'll see a little bit more of that in a minute. So coming up on the right hand side, obviously it looks nothing like it used to. But on the right hand side you've got this white building. This is the old Corn Exchange. Again, doesn't look anything like it used to. And I should have said, if you were with me about 2 minutes ago, where the Tesco's was that we walked past, that was the site of the old cattle market in Royston as well. Now that is where we were up there a few minutes ago. So we'll come out at this little gap here. Thank you again for the likes that are coming in, guys. I do appreciate it. Do make sure you are liking and subscribing to the channel. We are 14 away from the first big milestone, 500 subscribers. So if you can help with that, please do. So in front, you can see the beginnings of the church. more history for us. This is where Julie and I got married. Now, there was quite a substantial fire here a few years ago, and it obviously had to be redone inside, and we've not been inside since, to be fair, but I understand there's quite a lot of substantial work done to it. Azra hasn't seen the other dog behind us, which is great, because she'd just get herself excited, as I've said before. So now we're going through sort of the side where the church is. Had our photos taken just on that bit of grass there, a little bit there, and then Azra, come on. And then we had some more photos. Again, changed quite a lot. We had some more photos done over there where the flagpole was, but that was all a flower garden as opposed to the rockery that it now is to save the council money and effort. So it looked a lot prettier when we got married. That dog is not following us, thank goodness. So yeah, that is the back of the church. This is Priory Garden, sorry I should have said that. Come on, Azra. Come on. So we go down the steps, and then in front of us is the new, or relatively new police station. It's I say new, it's not really new, is it now? It's been here 20 years. It was finished when we... come on, let's go quickly, come on. It was finished just as we were moving into Royston in 2001, I believe. But it's like a lot of things with cuts. I think it is used for sort of a staging post, but it's very rarely open. You know, if you go there not open, which it normally isn't, which I never have had to, but I understand. I guess let's have a look at what this placard says. There we go. If you do go there and it's shut, which more often than not it is, you ring up, and I think it takes you through to one of the bigger towns' police stations. That's what I understand. Now, if anyone from Royston is watching can correct me on that, please feel free. Or Hertfordshire, or the police. But that's my understanding. Azra, come on. It's lively this morning. So over here you've got the citizens' advice, as well as that used to be the local cinema, and the sign is still there. You can just see the red sign just a bit further down on the left hand wall there. It's shut down because of not many people using it, and then people moaned when it wasn't there, and you just think to yourself, and I remember sort of seeing it on the Facebook, you know, once it's gone, and people can't moan about it once it is gone if they haven't used it. It makes me chuckle that people moan about it when they could, quite frankly, have used it a bit more, perhaps. I will say, personally, the seats weren't that comfortable. We did use it a few times, though. But they weren't the most comfortable seats in there, I'll grant them that. But if they did something about that, we would use it more often. Having a cinema right on your doorstep is amazing. Right, guys, we are now winding round to where we started, if you've been with me since the start. So we will be tuning out in a minute or two. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour of the village. As I say, back up there where you can just see that car is the main A10, which basically takes you from, I think it's King's Lynn, all the way to London. So it's a long old road, sort of divided into sort of single carriageway, dual carriageway, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's a long old road and a busy old road. Right, guys, have a great Saturday, and we will reconvene tomorrow in the more quieter surroundings of Melbourne.